Hey everybody, here we are again back on my stoop for another Stoopside session for missions with Brittany. I hope that you have been encouraged this week praying for the Muslim world. I was encouraged on May 6th. We prayed for the Nation of Islam, and it reminded me that praying for Muslims is not just praying for the nations, it's praying for our city. There are actually a number of Nation of Islam mosques here in the city, particularly east of the river. So I hope that's something that you've been lifting up and just praying and considering how we can reach out to Muslims in our own community and in our city. It's great to be in front of you all again today. I today have a special treat for us. We are going to take a minute to hear from Rochelle over in Southeast Asia and get some good news. Hey, good news about how things are going over in Southeast Asia. So here she is. Here we are together. It's so fun to be together on the Zoom. Thanks so much for joining our Stoopside sessions with Brittany. Can you give us just a couple minute update of what's been happening over there in Southeast Asia?
Sure. Well, things actually over here, as far as related to the corona situation, are actually getting better. Things are opening back up, and our church is actually going to meet for the first time this Sunday in several months. So that's exciting. We're not able to meet in the building we usually meet in now, which is a local church that lets us meet for like the English language services. They're still a little bit nervous about everything, and so but we're able to meet in another space this week. And our church is pretty small anyway, but I think the government has okayed meetings up to about 50 people now. So the kids went back to school on Monday, so that they've been out here since January. And so that, was a long time. And so that's exciting. And just that it means that things are getting back to normal is great. Because there's been not a lot of spread of the disease in our community here, which is encouraging.
Great news.
And we're thankful for that. Yeah, something we had been, I'm sad it's not more true in other places in the world, but I'm thankful that at least around here, it was pretty well contained. I mean, the borders were shut and visas are not being issued and things like that. Which brings me to the issues with my visa, which is an ongoing problem in this situation. I came in on a 1-month visa because that was at the end of February, because I was supposed to go to India at the end of March and then would switch to a student visa when I came back. They weren't able to issue the student visa when I went in February, but I thought, well, it'll all work very well because I already have this trip planned and all of that. And so unfortunately, though, everything, of course, fell apart. I did not go to India. And so I had to pay a lot to get a 2-month. I tried to get 3-month extension, which is supposed to be available, but they would only give me 2 months. So now that's expiring again on May 22nd. So that's definitely just a point for prayer. I should be able to extend it again. I mean, I don't think they're going to kick me out or anything. I mean, that would be a surprise, but it is quite expensive, and it may be only another month, and I may have to pay several $100s every month or two or something, which is not really sustainable. But the borders are still closed. So there's not really, I mean, I could get out, but if I left, I couldn't get back in. So yeah, hopefully my language program will actually be starting at the end of the month. So again, a student visa would be an option. But usually you have to leave the country, just fly somewhere nearby or whatever to change your visa status. So I'm not sure if they will be able to make an exception to that or not. But the major prayer point would be if they can switch it to a student visa in the next few weeks, that would be the most ideal thing. So that's one of the major sort of recurring issues for us here. Since I wasn't planning to travel back to the US since I was just there, that's not an issue for me, but it is for a lot of my current and former teammates. They were supposed to go and now they're trying to figure out what to do. And as you all know, it's just not been easy to plan anything these days because you just have no idea. Even until the end of the year, it just seems like things are not clear. Like my India trip, which was to teach hermeneutics, to teach how to study the Bible to some Indian women there, was postponed to October, but it's not clear at this point, even if that will be possible then or not. But yeah, I mean, aside from those kind of logistical details, I think things are going really well. We now are able to meet up with friends a little bit more again. So there's a group of girls that I'm doing a Bible study through First Peter with, some locals and some other expats. And so that's been encouraging. That's been really good. And I should actually be starting to study through the book of John with a friend next week who's not a believer. So that's really exciting. She was really excited to study that with me. So that's always funny. Like, I was like the awkward person, like, so maybe we could just study this together. Like, I'm like an awkward teenager asking a girl out or something. And she was like, yeah, let's do it. That's great. I'd love to. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So, but that's really encouraging. So I'm excited about that. It's a girl I've known for a long time.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much, friend.
So, yeah.
It's great to see your face, and we love you.
Any other questions about life in Asia?
If anybody has questions about life in Asia, please shoot me an email, and we will reconnect with Rochelle, and we'll get some answers straight from the source. Awesome. Yeah, we love you, and it's great to see your face. Thanks for joining us today. All right, thanks everybody. So good to hear from Rochelle, right? I'm just really encouraged that folks are able to start meeting in their churches again. And I know I'm really looking forward to being able to gather with other believers again. I miss you all so much. So looking forward to those days, hopefully in the near-ish future. But let's have a little look at our map today again one more time. We're going all the way over here to Southeast Asia, and we're remembering to pray for Rochelle and pray for just the places that are starting to open up again, that the Lord would be just moving and protecting folks as they try to function and be in kind of physical relationships again, seeing each other face to face. So thanks so much again, guys, for joining me in this little tag update video. I hope that you're all well, and look forward to seeing you hopefully before too long. Bye.